Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Brother Stevanius here. Fantastic. Welcome back to the channel. I'm just doing some iron hands here. I'm really happy with the way they're coming out. It's not finished just yet, but you can check out my Instagram and check out some of those. Yeah, it's going to be good on the table. Bit of Horus Heresy going on there. Awesome. All right, everybody. So let's have a look, see what the kids at GW are doing this time. So, all right. I've seen a little bit of this stuff. We're going to be talking about new releases today, giving some of my opinion on them and everything like that. Look, there's been some pretty solid releases from GW lately, which is good. Okay, so yeah, 40k rules are looking a lot better. I started playing bits and bobs, putting together some Blood Angels. Yeah, not painted yet, but these are like my veterans. Have a look at putting the list up on the channel, my new list, which should be good. I'm going to be using the old Smash Captain from the I think it's 8th edition last time I played, so it's all good. So, all right, everybody, so let's have a look, see what's going on. I've got some new releases. So, for Kill Team, Adeptus Titanicus, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Underworlds, and what is the surprise? Okay, I think it was that elf thing or whatever. Okay, cool. All right, let's have a look at this first. So, let's talk about the Kill Team. So let's look at some good news first. Oh, God, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Look, I was going to start off the video positive, everybody, but this has popped up on my screen. I suppose it is what it is. So what the F is that? Oh, wow. I think this would probably have to be my worst, if not second worst looking model I've seen GW like make. It is completely out of proportion, ridiculous. It doesn't even look cool. It's not balanced out. It doesn't make sense in any way. People slam the baby carrier, right, from the Grey Knights. I actually don't mind the baby carrier, because the baby carrier, like the design came from, it's the Nemesis Dread Knight, Nemesis Dread Knight, by the way, from the Grey Knights. So I actually don't mind it so much. It's kind of was inspired from the mechs, the war suits out of the Matrix when they're in Zion, they're shooting around and stuff. This is kind of sort of taking a page from that book, but just not very well. And I can't help but feel, I think it's called the Paragon Warsuit. It seems to me that they're running out of ideas a little bit. It just seems to me that they're just pushing the stuff out that fast. And I think that it's like, okay, let's just release something for Sisters of Battle. You know, let's just design something. Oh, what's cool? What fits with the Inquisition? You know, oh yeah, the baby cat. Let's give them their own kind of war suit. And it just doesn't work. It's just ugly. It's just out of proportion and ugly. You know, it just amazes me when we have you know, the company that produces absolutely glorious models. Yes, I did it. Glorious models like Soul Tarvets, which I still want to talk about on the channel as well. And then they go through and they release this, and it's just like, what are you doing? Now, what I have noticed about a lot of these releases this time around, it seems as though they're just doing a lot of kit bashing. So the designer, if that's what you want to call them, is basically just going through, I think they've got the CAD files and they're just basically, or the Maya files, OBJs, whatever they're using over there, and they're just grabbing stuff, just chucking it on. It's what we call kit bashing. And then just to take random stuff. It's like, you know, character like this, it's like, okay, let's take the top off one of the, you know, organ rhinos, just grab some melters, slam it on. You know, we'll grab the shoulder pads from this kit, slam it on there, just up the scale. Oh, you know, everybody's getting into Horus Heresy lately because 40k has dropped its nut. So Paragon blades are cool. Let's just stick a Paragon blade in there for the coolness of it. That'll sell them. And then let's just take some Sisters of Battle's legs, literally scale them up into 3D package, and then stick them on. Yeah, it's just poop. Seriously, this model is just a piece of crap. It's probably the worst thing I've seen from GW. in a while, to be honest. It's, you know, the knight, there is good news in this video, by the way. I do have a very high opinion of some of the other stuff. So it's not all bad. It's just, this is what showed up first. I was planning to make it a nice video and then give my constructive criticism later, but it just looks like this just popped up, so it's okay. The other thing is the what do you call them, tassels, or the tabard, or whatever you call it, the front there, that little loincloth basically hanging down. So it's very stiff, and it doesn't actually represent the movement or the posture of a model. In that stance, for the loincloth to be pushed out in that direction, the character would have to be displaying some movement, so leaning back, leaning forward. If it was leaning forward, the loincloth would be going back a little bit, but it's just in a very off position. Again, it's like someone's just grabbed something from a CAD file, scaled it up a bit. You know, they haven't even bothered to just, you know, use a warp on it or whatever, or a deformer. They've just gone in there and just stuck it in as is, and you can really see it from this model. And in fact, that thing on the back, you've got the sort of like the back sort of cape up the back there, and it's, again, it's just stuck on there. It's very stiff. The pose is very stiff. It doesn't make sense autonomically either. Like, you know, you've got all this stuff up the top that's not protecting her from anything, because then her, like, I think it's her arms. Yeah, her arms are exposed. And then, you know, all this armor there for what? All it's doing is creating like a bigger silhouette, you know, for the target. And then let's just throw a little bit of ornamentation on the top, you know, to make it look interesting stuff. Look, so guys, look, you know, straight up, look, if you like the model, that's great. You know, I personally, I'm not a fan of it. Like, you know, sorry, I'm not going to tell you it's all glorious when it's not. I'll tell you it's glorious when I think it is. But yeah, the masked version looks a bit better, I feel, because there's, I'm just going to turn this down a bit. So we just watched the video, because it's more in scale. So the head, the proportions of the head are helping to scale out the suit, but the arms are still very thin. It actually, in terms of silhouette, the silhouette reminds me a lot from the aliens, like the actual alien creatures out of like the 1960s War of the Worlds. You can look that up. It's, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It's like with these really high shoulders, little arms, you know. I mean, yeah, it just doesn't fit. The shoulder pads should have been brought down to around about here, and I think it would have worked a lot better. You know, they didn't have to raise the shoulders so much, and it would have looked a lot better. You know, I mean, like, the idea is good. It's just, I feel as though the delivery is not there in terms of the design. So again, even that sort of, if you call it a cod piece there, again, it just looks like someone's just throwing shapes together, mashing them, and just chucking random stuff around. That kind of stuff works for things like orcs, maybe Necrons, stuff like that. But when you have something like Sister of Battle, which is meant to be sort of, you know, sort of sleek, you know, the armor is even more rounded than the Primaris Marines and stuff. But when you have something like that, it's just, I don't know, personally, guys, it's just not working for me. Really just not working for me. It's quite ridiculous, actually. And then you've got, like, which is holding, like, a heavy bolter with his tiny little arm. Like, yes, it's a robot, but, because the thing is, too, it's like, what's the point putting all this top-heavy stuff up the top? Right? So, okay, so if the motors and the gyros and things like that, the gyros, whatever, are up the top, you're going to think, okay, well, all the electronics are going to be in there. Well, why would you stick that, like, right up the top where it's literally going to be a prime target, you know, for someone to hit? You would put it up the back at least if it's got to go somewhere, right? So, once again, just absolutely no design aesthetic, no logical thought of design. Yeah. The paint job is really nice. I like the paint job. It's really, you know, nice edge highlighting, really nice edge highlighting, layered edge highlighting. Even though I've gone off my edge highlighting quite a bit because I'm more into the Horus Heresy of things now. I still, you got to respect that edge highlighting. It's really good. It's not hard, but it's very time consuming to get correct. Not as hard on just like on matte models though, because on matte models it's it's a lot easier to correct your mistakes. Whereas if you're going to come in, you're going to do stuff like Alpha Legion or something like that with a candy theme, it can be a little bit more challenging to get it, to correct it afterwards. I've watched a lot of these other tutorial videos, like everybody goes nuts over. I'm not going to mention who they are, but they're talking bullcrap that you can't use Tamiya clears to highlight over. You've got to do it on the pre-shade. And yeah, look, it's not that you can't do it. It's a little bit harder, but if you know what you're doing with Tamiya clears, you can do it easy. You just got to thin the paint bit, man. It's just a fast drying time. But anyway, whatever, what do I know? All good. So the sword is looking cool. The sword is looking really cool as well. Fantastic. I like the sword. The sword is good. Proportion, I think it's all right. Even the melter's okay. I think it was like the heavy bolter, which was just rubbing me the wrong way. But anyway, yeah, look, sorry to just come out with the negativity, guys. But, it's my opinion, and that's what it is. So hopefully we can get on to some more optimistic stuff now. And I've seen the Titan too. I believe it's called a Warmaster. I think I like it better than that Warsuit, whatever you call it, Paragon Warsuit. But I still think it falls under the same issues that are underlining with the Sisters of Battle Warsuit as well. And I'll get to that in a second. So just have a look here. This is the Kill Team box. Now, I'll be picking this up personally. The Kill Team box is looking fantastic. It depends on the price, but the last Kill Team box I got, you got a whole bunch of terrain in there and that. It looks like this time we're getting less terrain. We're getting more actual models. These guys are looking fantastic. So I've got to admit, they're actually looking really, really fantastic. But they're just the Dominus heavy intercessors from before. And I can't wait for this model. I'm going to get it straight away. The flayed ones, everything. Some people are going off about it. I like them. Personally, I like them. I think they're cool. I think it's cool. They got the claws like that, which are awesome. It's good to see them putting a little bit of denting in that on the Marines now. They're not as crisp and cut as what they used to do when 8th edition first came out and the edge highlighting was ballistic. Something I've got to add to my models at the moment, but I'm just waiting for my weathering tools. I'm using ordered some weathering pencils from AK, which I'm going to try, which is really good. Instead of getting my usual chipping techniques and stuff, I'm going to try the pencils or maybe mix them up. So, yeah, look, we got some Marines here. Looking fantastic. Like I said, we got that little bit of sort of chipping here, which is really nice. I really like that. I think that, it's nice to have a few nicks here and there. And we've got some of the dust and feathering there, which is really nice as well. So, yeah, looking good, really well painted. I think, to their credit, I think GW is taking a bit of feedback on board. I know a lot of people were saying that, stuff was looking too clean and too kidsy, and I was one of them. I was massive on it. And I think they're sort of listening to that and they're gritting it up a bit, and I like it. And on this is fantastic. This is a fantastic job. Okay, these Necrons looking good too. Once again, I know people have had an issue with them. I like the Wolverine pose. That's really cool with the blades. But personally, I think they're fine. I don't think it's something the Freddy Krueger. I don't think it's something that I'm going to jump out there and friggin' grab 5 boxes of or whatever. But I think it's looking pretty solid. So yeah, really cool. I mean, that's a nice touch, It's that model there. It's busy, but it's not too busy to the point where I just go, whoa, So yeah, it's good balance. So you see, we get the Space Marine Captain, we get the Necron Chronomancer, we get the 5 heavy Intercessor Marines, which, by the way, it's going here in Australia. I don't know how it is for everybody else, but We don't have these yet. I've been asking GW. I've been going in there like every week, like saying, look, you know, can you give me some heavy intercessors? They're like, oh, they're not in yet, man. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, but so maybe this is the tactic. So sell it here. You know, like in the wait for everybody to buy the kill team box and then sort of release them individually. But yeah, so and then the rule book, you know, and the terrain and everything, and you know, so long as it's, I don't know, I'm expecting to pay maybe like no more than about 250 AUD or about 170, 160 USD for this. So euros, not 100% sure how the conversion goes, bros. But you know, usually around that standard, you know, kill team box price, and these boxes are usually always on the money in terms of value. All right, so the Titanicus. So this is the Warmaster, I believe. Just turn that back down again. So, I wonder what happened to all the music that they licensed from EA from all the. No, it's different. Yeah, from all the computer games like Space Marine and stuff. Oh, by the way, these are my rendering glasses. When I'm doing my game design, my computer graphics and stuff, they stop the blue light. And I just had them on because I had them on. And it's my fiance's birthday today. So, you know, got to get out and do the... Pay the penance, pay the price of that. So I've been trying to squeeze the hobby in and that. Anyway, this guy here, a lot better than the abomination that we saw at the start. But once again, the problem is that, I mean, I love that freaking, man, that Warlord Titan. Oh my god, that is so hot. Like, I'm getting one. We're gonna be doing. I'm got 2 Warhounds 28mm on the way. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the way, and we're gonna be doing a 28mm scale Titanicus. That's for sure. So, yeah. All right, this gentleman here. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. Is that like a gas canister or something? Okay. So the first issue with this is that, okay, we'll start off with a positive. It's big. I like stuff that's big. Its guns are really big. That's good. So that's a positive right off the bat. Okay, it's big. It's really big. It has a lot more design appropriation than that thing at the start, the Paragon Warsuit, whatever. You know, it's not bottom heavy, but the weight of the object is distributed evenly. You know, you have a lot of weapons here that makes sense when you have something so big. You know, it makes sense that you'd have something, you know, as anti-air pointing to the sky, or like extra firepower, stuff like that. So these are all good. It's kind of like they wanted to do an Emperor Titan, but they realized, like, even though an Emperor Titan would be awesome, it would still be too big for Titanicus to sell as Titanicus. I'd imagine the scale for an Emperor Titan would be like one of the Castellan Knights, the Knight Valiant, compared to, say, like, you know, the Titanicus scale, probably even bigger. Yeah, so, you know, but I can see what they did. So, once again, look, okay, let's talk about this. Number one bad thing, it literally just looks like a knight. So, they've gotten parts from knights, they've gotten, you know, little bits here and there, they've scaled them up. It's the same with the Warsuit. You can actually see here, in terms of this sort of armor, it's literally just the same piece of armor that's been copied and pasted and then just scaled in and out in the 3D package. And I can tell this because the edges here, that's one of my jobs, by the way. Like, I'm a professional computer games artist. I work in these programs a lot. So you could see here that, like, these shapes here, these sort of grills, they're all kind of warping in exactly the same way. So you can just see there's like this mad copy and paster going on. So they've just gotten one. And it's just like, oh, what are we going to do with this? Or we don't know. So let's just get pieces and just slam them together. You know, and that does work. It is a valid sort of design technique. ILM did it on the Death Star. They just got battleship parts. They slammed it all together. You know, the Transformers from the movies, literally just junk slammed together. You know, all that kind of stuff. But the thing is that you can slam it together, but it's still got to have appeal. And this is very obvious. You have to hide the fact that you've just gone through and just slammed like a whole bunch of stuff together. And they haven't done this. It's a lazy slap up, basically. It's kind of like, oh, we don't know what we're going to release. Let's just release something and slap it together. So, yeah, I mean, once again, they're taking some of the ideas from the Emperor Titans and stuff like that. You know, with the sort of weapons, and that's fine. It's cool. It makes sense there'd be a gun here, you know, protect its legs, you know, incoming tanks, it's all good. Again, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe like a gas canister. It doesn't really look like a void shield, but whatever. The other thing is as well, so look, I kind of like the guns, but once again, it just looks like a slap up. It looks like, you know, we're just going to get like, you know, 4 plasma guns and stick them into one, and then that's the weapon. And once again, it adds repetition to the model, and it basically just looks like someone's just gotten lazy and just, you know, slammed it together. I honestly don't think too much thought has gone into the design of this. I think it was more like it just, okay, let's just slap something up. You know, I mean, once again, the head, it's okay, but, you know, I can't help but feeling as though they've just, oh yeah, let's just rip off the, you know, the Imperial Knight's helmet. You know, it's just too close. It's lazy designing. And here we go. Here is a scale chart, which is cool. All right, so we've got the new rule book and all that kind of stuff. And then here, what's this? Is this like a Sigma unit? So Lord of the something, Lord of the Goats or something. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that one. So all good. That's cool. These snake things are cool. Yeah. Anyway, and then we've got this Diachasm. So some units here for the underworlds. Let's have a quick look at these. I mean, I kind of like these models. I do like them. I think they're okay. You know, well painted as always. You know, Blood and Glory. You know, gargoyles. I'm seeing gargoyles from Disney mixed with like Count Manfred and the enemies from Star Trek Nemesis, the Dark Vulcans, whatever they're called, Remans, whatever. Bit of a, yeah. I mean, he's pretty cool, you know. It's all cool. So she's awesome. Like, these are really good. These are really cool models. Once again, you know, the gargoyle from that little gargoyle show, the Disney show. I love that one. I think that one's cool. Don't know about the teeth. The teeth look a little bit, you know, like an old man, like a grandpa or something. I'm like, hey, Sonny. Anyway, all good. What is what it is. I'm not sure about the pose on that dude. Because he's hugging his mace. No. Like, they wouldn't be doing, like, why would he hug his mace? I don't know, whatever. At least they're trying. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. But again, it gives me just that sort of Disney gargoyle cartoon vibe. That sort of turns me off it. But yeah, all right, cool. It looks like there's Inquisitor there. All this cool new stuff. There's also some new Blade Guard veterans, which are coming out, which I'll cover another time because I've got to wrap this video up. One thing I will predict about these Paragon Blade Guard suit war things, whatever they're called, they're going to be OP as crap because they're going to need to sell them. I have seen a lot of people saying they're not big on them. Once again, it's fine if you like them, just saying. And so what they're going to do is they're going to make these OP as crap to sell the crap out of them. And everybody's going to buy them because it just looks like doo-doo. But anyway. All right, everybody, look, that's me for tonight. I'll be doing some more videos throughout the week, hopefully, if not, like, on the Sunday. So, you know, minimum one a week. It's what I'm trying for, but I'll try to get some more out. I do have some other videos planned. I'll be working on Death Watch lists and Blood Angels lists with Oni Adonis. which is pretty awesome. Most of my stuff is 30k though these days and everything, but we'll keep the videos flying. Thank you very much to all my fantastic subscribers. Thank you for your loyalty. Subscribe to the channel, all that. I'll catch you in the next video, everybody. Peace out.